Welcome back to the MVP.
It's the Mass You Podcast.
Yeah, we back again to give you the podcast that only we can give you. What it do, what's happening, how y'all doing. Thank y'all for coming back again this week after our Thanksgiving episode. We appreciate it. After giving thanks, now we looking on to Christmas. You know what I'm saying? Feliz Navidad. You know what I'm talking about? I had a couple people told me they looked at your wings. They said now the looks of them, they look fine. Just like I said. They said they don't know how to taste it. You put a lot of salt in there. But they said from the...
That wasn't salt. That was lemon pepper.
Well, they said whatever it was. They said it was a lot of stuff you put on there. But they said it looked amazing.
No sodium. Okay. No sodium. Y'all know I'm on blood pressure. I ain't putting no sodium on that shit.
Shoot, man. What's been going on with you, man? You know, we need our weekly update.
Man, I'm chilling, dude. Ain't too much popping out here. You know, work nonsense. That's about it. You know, get a couple days or a week or so where it should be smooth, and then the melee and all hell break loose. You know what I'm saying? Car accidents. Emotions, whole lot of other shit.
Accident?
Huh?
You was in a car accident?
Come and say what?
Nigga, you was in a car accident? Another one?
Come and say what? Excuse me, say what?
This nigga was in another car accident.
I didn't say it was me.
Oh, it wasn't you? Okay, then as long as it wasn't you.
No, it wasn't me.
Okay.
Like Shaggy said, it wasn't me. You know what I'm saying?
It definitely
the nigga that looked like me, but it wasn't me.
Oh man.
Yeah, man. I'll show you because I'm on the phone with you where those images would be. All right, so I'm gonna show y'all how that look like. Yeah, let me see if I can get y'all good enough. Where the camera? My far side. Yeah, right there, right?
At least you got him from the back. It wasn't your fault.
Yeah. So that's that side, right? That's how I look. That's the person that hit it. You know what I'm saying?
Dang.
Yeah. Yeah. But no, it was not me driving. It's my employees. Well, one of my employees. And I went out to the scene. I was, I start before them, but I turned back around when they called me and told me they had an accident. I'm 20, 30 minutes ahead of them. I was like, well, let me 20, 30 minutes backwards. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, it's first accident for them. I have an older lady in the car. That she's a new hire, so she ain't been involved in no stuff like this. So the guy that was driving, his temperament isn't there. You know what I'm saying? Like, he don't know how to talk to people. And out here, you get to talk in a certain type of way, they will lock your ass up. And you don't want to be imprisoned here. I'll tell you that. I ain't never been imprisoned here. But even my little 3-hour stint back on base was enough for me. I don't need no more. You know what I'm saying? I don't need no more. But yeah, man, it's different out here, bro, because they ain't just gonna arrest you. They probably gonna rape you. They're gonna beat you. They're gonna rape you again, and you ain't gonna have no food. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So it's wild out here, man. You know what I'm saying? For this to be a Muslim country, them niggas play different out here, though. You know what I'm talking about? They level of punishment. Hey, you don't want that handed down. All right. So, what you said, be out here with the Kool-Aid lips, sucking dick. Yeah, that is how they get down. Yeah, man. I was like, let me just go out there and be the mediator. You know what I'm saying? I got a translator app to be able to communicate with, the police officers and stuff like that. So, bro, this happened at like 4:20 in the afternoon. We didn't leave the police station until 11 o'clock that night.
Damn.
Yeah.
So what happened with the people that was on shift?
I was with them the whole time.
Well, what about the people that were supposed to be at the office?
My people are actually at the camp.
Yeah.
Niggas had to hold it down.
Damn. I know they was mad at them. Boy, I was mad as hell.
Luckily, it was a Sunday night. Sundays are slow because the military is off. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
ain't too much that was going to be happening. And I mean, I have access to my emails, you know what I'm saying, on my phone. So I can see what's going on. And, obviously I got my work phone. If something happened, they can just hit my line, you know what I'm saying? And I can take care of stuff from there. You know what I mean? So it's not that even though I was there with those guys, you know what I'm saying, I was still tapped in where I needed to be. You know what I'm saying? And actually, I was overseeing two camps that night because the other supervisor at the other camp was off. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I had a lot going on, man. I earned my money that goddamn day. You know what I'm saying? I earn it every day, but them niggas owe me more that day. You know what I'm saying? But I charge it to the game, man. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate the employment. So, um, yeah, so I'm up in there, man. And I'm just like, I, look, man, I didn't get home until 12 o'clock today. All right. So what's that say? Boss EOS webcam, you chilling? You good over there?
I'm still here,
Sounds
man. I
good.
don't know what just happened.
Oh, okay. I don't know either, man. All I see is the plug. You know what I'm saying? I don't see you. But anyway, people. So, was dealing with that all night, man. Sunday, and then my employee was supposed to go back Monday. He went back Monday to the police station to get the police report. They ended up telling him come back again today. All right. So he ain't like that. He don't have a Kuwait number, so they had to use mine on the paperwork. I'm leaving. I do my manicure and pedicure bi-weekly. You know what I'm talking about? I get that whipped butter hands and feet. You know what I'm talking about? Like I got to be right, man. You know what I'm talking about? I could put my hand on a croissant and be ready to go. You heard? So I get to I'm leaving the camp. It's about 9:30 this morning. I'm leaving. Police station calling me. Hey, come to the police station. I said, oh, no, not me. I'm the supervisor. I just gave y'all my number. So they was like, he need to come now. I'm like, okay, I'll call him. Thank you. So I call, the boy don't answer. I said, all right, cool. Let me call Host Nations, the guy that's supposed to be with him. I said, hey, did you let this individual know, my employee, know what time he needed to be there? He was like, yeah, I told him yesterday when he was here. Come back again at 9:30. I said, all right, let me try to call. Call that brother 5 times. Nigga didn't answer. Cool. Call back Host Nations. I was like, look, man, if they allow me to come sign in his place, I'll come. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he was like, let me talk to whomever. I called my super, let him know the deal. Then I called my employee back. Finally answers, right? I text him too. I said, hey, man, where you at? He said, shit, in the bed, sleep. I'm like, bro, like dead ass, just like this, like with not a fucking care in the world, right? I'm like, dude. I was like, brother, they told you that you needed to be up here at 9:30, man. Everybody calling me looking for you. I was like, bro, you need to come on. He said, man, fuck that and fuck this. I was up there with them motherfuckers yesterday. He's like, I ain't about to be running around doing no goddamn police report. They motherfuckers will see me when they see me. I'm like, bro, that's not how this country work, man. It's not on your time. You know what I'm saying? If they tell you to be here, then you need to be here. He was like, look, man, I ain't coming. I'll talk to you later, Booker. And he hung up. I said, no, this nigga that hang up on me. No nigga hang up on me, bro. I just said, you know what, man? I ain't got time for this shit right now. You know what I'm saying? Because I've already addressed this with him. I'm like, look, bro, don't get it misconstrued. Like when we be talking shit and, chopping it up. But nigga, when I'm in work mode and I got this hat on, not this hat per se, but leadership, nigga, you're going to address me as such and you're going to act accordingly. I was like, I'm not about to just be sitting here. You ain't going to be talking however you want, raising your voice. One, I don't care if it's directed at me or not. You're talking to me. You need to bring that down. You know what I mean? All that excitement, you can have that excitement when I get off the phone and put yourself on mute. You see what I'm saying? One of the two. But yeah, deal with that. I'm definitely dealing with that. You ain't gotta worry about that. All right, that shit handled. So I'm just like, all right, you know what? I can't be involved in that. I was like, I gotta be center minded, you know what I'm saying? I gotta be balanced when I go in there and talk to these Kuwaitis, you know what I'm saying? So I can't have no attitude on me, right? So call my super. I'm like, hey man, this is what the boy talking about, but I can't deal with that right now. I was like, I gotta go in there and, you know, get this shit done. So he was like, oh man. He said what he said. He's like, I'm calling. Cool. He talked to him. Next thing I know, my employee called me back. Hey, the brother, I can't talk to you right now. I'll talk to you later. Same energy, hung up. You know, it's like, bro, don't call me after the fact and then like things is Gucci or whatever. Nah, bro, that ain't how that works, right? So we get everything done. But they was like, no, we need the car for the accident. I was like, man, I got pictures. You know what I'm talking about? They said, nah, bring the car. So guess what? Nigga had to come anyway. 2 hours later, 2.5 hours later. Bro, if you had just been here at 9:30, like they asked, you wouldn't have had to came out at 12 o'clock like a dumbass. You see what I'm saying? So you still here doing what it is that for what, bro? But you know, talking about, man, fuck this, send me home too. All this other shit. I said, bro, you exaggerating the situation, man. It ain't even that serious. it ain't even that serious. They just need you here to come sign the paper. That's it. They don't need to ask you no questions. They just need you part of the party. It's four vehicles that were part of the accident. You know what I'm saying? That black car, he hit somebody else, which caused that car to hit somebody else. Like, it was a whole shit storm out there, man. But you know, they luckily they got it resolved in a timely manner. Like, wasn't too much litigation behind it. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody pretty much pointed the finger at the black car and kept it moving. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, man, just dealing with that nonsense today, bro. Like, dude, man, I ain't ever got time for that. And what I realized, man, is neither here nor there, is that I understand myself. I'm unapologetically me. And I ain't about to conform for no goddamn body in any in any facet. I say that because, you know, a lot of people put on a different costume when they step outside into the real world. I'm real world 24/7. You know what I'm saying? Now, my interactions with certain individuals are not always going to be the same. Like, I won't interact with you the way that I interact with you. You see what I'm saying? Like, it depends on the relationship of the individuals. So, but I'm literally the same motherfucker, no matter what. I have not changed. I might have toned something down, but goddamn it, I'm still me. You see what I'm saying? So I don't think nobody could look at it and be like, oh, book changed. Like, no, when you say I changed, it'd be for the better. You know what I'm saying? Like, tweaking, fine tuning shit. But I ain't mind. If I don't fuck with you, I don't fuck with you. And you ain't got to worry about, do I fuck with you? You already know the answer. If you got to ask the question to yourself of, does book fuck with me? Then your answer is no. Because somebody that I fuck with wouldn't have to ask that question. I just want to let that be known. So any other, and I ain't gonna call y'all fuck niggas and bitches, but any of you people out there that wonder if I fuck with you, if it's a wonder, then it's a no. I don't fuck with you. I just want to let you know that now. You know what I'm saying? So mystery solved. Okay. I hope that finds you guys. If y'all tune into this or whatever, you might see me or whatever the case is. Hopefully y'all watch this. You know what I'm saying? And you get your answers. You know what I'm saying? Names irrelevant. You know what I'm saying? It's a plethora of people that fall into this cocoon. You know what I'm saying? That will never hatch into a beautiful butterfly. Y'all are just stuck there. You know what I'm saying? Just know the answer's no. And I wish you well. You know what I'm saying? But I don't need the stuff that y'all got in my world. See what I'm saying? I feel so much freer without it. You know what I'm saying? I feel so much freer without it. So don't ask yourself no more questions about me. You got your answer. No.
Well, we appreciate that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not sure who was thinking about it, but I mean, hey, I mean, usually you kind of tell people where they stand at. I mean, you don't usually have to guess too hard with you. It kind of is.
I would hope not either. You know what I'm saying? I will hope not either. But some people think that, you know, they be like, don't burn bridges. You know what I'm saying? Because you never know when you're gonna need to cross it again or whatever the case is. Some people, you know, feel as though they can burn a bridge and then build a new one. But guess what? That new bridge ain't as bad. It's not as great as the old one. You know what I'm talking about? Like, yeah, it looked new because it's remodeled. Everything new look good. Don't feel the same though. You know what I'm talking about? Just don't feel the same.
Right,
So
this new bridge could be sturdier. You know what I'm saying? It could be, you know what I'm saying? The road could be paved.
nah, man.
Because it's a different bridge, that don't mean it ain't a bad one. It's a bad one. You know
Nah,
what I'm
man. I like what it was. And if it ain't what it was, then it ain't what it is. You
saying?
feel
Yeah,
me?
but what it
Nah, man.
could be better. You know what I'm saying?
Nah. A new bridge just lead me to a new direction of something else. It don't lead me to nah, man. You know what I'm saying about?
Mm.
I'm cool. I'm
I guess.
cool. That's just for anybody who wonders vicariously or not. You know what
Yeah.
I'm talking about? Maybe y'all know I don't fuck with you, and this is just validation. And be like, man, look, you ain't got to tell me you don't fuck with me. I know you don't fuck with me. Well, that some people don't know. So for the ones who don't know,
Mhm.
just letting you know, no, I don't fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? Respectfully.
That's
That's all,
good.
man. Respectfully, man. You know what I'm saying? Whole lot of disrespect going on out in this world, man. Like I just like, man, leave me away from it. You know what I'm talking about? I just want to be, I just want to be good, man. You know what I'm saying? It ain't even about being positive or having good energy around me. I just want to be good, man. I'm at an age where, hey, man, I realize everybody ain't gonna come with me. You know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't gonna come with me. That's all.
Mhm.
And I'm all right with that. You know
Yeah,
what I'm talking about? I'm all right with that.
I got you. Ain't mad at it. So if y'all was thinking, you know, Book, you heard it right here from the horse's mouth. Book said, you know what I'm saying? I don't fuck with you. Um
That was my horse rendition. I probably fucked it up, but you know what I'm talking about? Neither here nor there.
Man, with me, I'm gonna take my time to
Exactly.
talk about what happened last week.
Huh.
Just about the Colorado Buffaloes, the
Hey,
football
man,
team. What's
I
good?
just want to tell you this, man. Don't nobody give a fuck about your buffs, man.
Yeah,
Like
man.
y'all niggas just
We
y'all
can.
just lose it. And you come here every week
Hmm?
prophesying.
We can. We can. But guess what? The season is over. We lost against Utah.
Hallelujah.
Season
Hallelujah.
is over. But wait till next year. You don't believe,
Gosh.
Book? You don't believe? I'm gonna put this down here. I'm gonna record this. I'm gonna put this down here because next year I'm gonna bring it back up and I'm gonna be like, you didn't believe. You know what
Bro, I told you season one ain't gonna be that. I told y'all that.
I'm saying? We should have got a bowl
Man,
game.
I stand on business, bro. I told y'all season one won't. I told y'all his first year there, yeah, he gonna make waves. Yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be exciting. It's gonna pump new blood back into the school, into the university, into the football team. But they not gonna win. He don't got them dogs with him. He
He
need
got
that. He need that extra year.
he got
He
some
need
dogs. He just don't have
so
the
hopefully.
front. He don't have the first dogs you're supposed to get first. Like on
Hey
the offensive
man,
line, the defensive line.
he
Um,
got some showroom dogs. He need them
yeah.
junkyard dogs. He ain't got those. You feel
I
me?
I ain't
So
even mad at defensive line as much.
they did what
The
they could,
offensive
man.
line good.
They tried. They
Huh?
tried. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? They
The
tried. It wasn't for a lack of trying. I just knew that it wasn't gonna manifest into what it was perceived to be. You know what I'm saying? Like it was gonna take time, man. And this is just the hey,
mm,
we here.
yeah.
We
And they
here.
coming. And they coming.
And now it's come here. Come here. You know what I'm saying?
Huh? Yeah.
So we gonna see, man. We gonna see if he get the right recruits go that way. You know what I'm saying? We'll see. If he
He
gets
gonna
some
get them.
prominent transfers, we'll see. But I mean, I didn't feel first year one was gonna be, you know, all that it was cracked up to be. You know what I'm saying? That's
Looking
all.
looking at the schedule, I didn't think we was gonna go undefeated, but I thought we could have won 6 games, got to a bowl game. Um,
At least.
Good
Yeah.
thing we didn't because Shador has a fracture in his back. That's why he didn't play. That's why he
Mm,
got. That's why he got carted out the game. Or, I mean, not carted out the game, but that's why was out the game. Um,
God.
so I wouldn't have wanted them to go to a bowl game and Shador not play. But some of the
Sure.
seniors, you kind of want them to go out at least to have that feeling. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
because it's a couple of them guys, man, watching on Well Off Media. You kind of get attached to some of these guys, some of these personalities. You be like, man, I want it better for
Mm-hmm.
them. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to them.
Mm-hmm.
You guys, I'm still proud of y'all, especially Coach Prime, man. Like I told y'all early, I don't care how many wins they win, how many wins they lose, I'm still with them until Coach Prime leave. I'm Coach Prime. Wherever Coach Prime go, that's what I'm supporting. You know what I'm talking about? So shout out to y'all. Shout out to Shador, Shiloh, Xavier Weaver, Jimmy Horn, Travis Hunter, all of them. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody. Even the offensive line. Even them. I'm going to shout out to y'all, even though y'all got my boy killed. Get the next season. I think it's that time, man. Let's talk about your boys, man.
Oh, not bad. I didn't know I had to, say too much, but I will oblige. The wax for it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna just give him the big screen. I'll let him talk his stuff.
Shout out to mint condition. You know what I'm saying? What kind of man would I be if I spoke unfaithfully? You know what I'm talking about? About these motherfuckers right here. I ain't gotta talk about the other ones. We gonna talk about
you skip it straight to them. Okay, no problem.
Man, listen, bro. At first I was like, you know what? It's early in the season. It's too early in the season to tell. But nigga, I've been told that this shit is real. That this shit is goddamn real. And Lord forgive me, God forgive me for hitting you with these GDs like this. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to do better. You know what I'm talking about? I'm trying not to call women bitches and hoes and sluts and all type of stuff. You know what I'm talking about? And I'm trying to phase out, saying GD too doggone much. You know what I'm talking about? So, but right now, people, my boys, we 12-5. We number 2 in these. You feel me? We actually have the 3rd best record in the league. Believe it or not. Yeah. So, hey man, I'm proud of these young scrappers. You know what I'm talking about? I don't want to toot my horn too early, too soon. But God dog it, while I'm here, man, while we got where we sit at on this perch and this pedestal, I need to talk it now because it could all fall down. Shout out to Kanye and Selena Johnson. You feel me? So I need to get this going right now. Shout out to us, man. We looking like a formidable foe for the Eastern Conference, for the Western Conference. And I think we got a chance. Not only are we young and inexperienced, but we're gaining that. You feel me? Just like as you're too young, you age every day. So you're getting older. You're gaining wisdom. You're being educated. You're put in real life situations. No day is like yesterday. That's why they call it today. That's why they don't call yesterday today. They call today today and tomorrow tomorrow. And then tomorrow becomes today and then today becomes yesterday. I'm talking to your soul right now. You follow me, don't get lost. Okay? So as my boys grow in this game, in this professional sports field, let me be clear. We ain't got no slouches over there. We ain't got no Rudy Poo niggas. You know what I'm saying? We just dealt with some injuries for a few years. You know what I'm saying? Now all my lottery picks, they healthy. Thank God. You know what I'm talking about? Thank God. You know what I'm saying? We got 2 number 1 draft picks on the team. You know what I'm saying? No matter how you want to look at it, Markel Fultz, he's the number 1. You know what I'm talking about? Paolo Bancaro, he a number 1. You know what I'm talking about? He the man. He the man. That boy the only one that represented Team USA on that squad. Man, it's going down. I love what we got, man. I love what we got. We not small by no means. You know what I'm talking about? We got some big dudes over there. You know what I'm saying? We got some 7-footers, some 6'8", some 6'9", some 6'10". The smallest niggas is 6'5" on our squad. Though maybe Cole Anthony, he's like 6'2", 6'3". But that boy got bunnies. You know what I'm talking about? That boy be biting on niggas' heads. You see what I'm saying? So don't think you just gonna get your run of the mill against us. You know what I'm talking about? These upper echelon teams, the Buffaloes, I'm sorry, the Bucks, and you know what I'm talking about, and the Boston Celtics. They thought shit was sweet. I don't know if we played. No, we didn't play the Bucks yet, but we did play Boston, and we've clipped them. You know what I'm talking about? We've clipped them. We've clipped the defending champions. We've clipped them. There's a lot of teams that we played and seen that we've been doing our motherfucking thing. And all I said, I'd love to get a spotlight to them. You know what I'm talking about? To these guys right here, because I don't know how long it's going to last. So, Book, if, by the next week, if we went on look, man, even if we lose 5 straight, we still got to win the record. but we just ain't gonna be number 2. You know what I'm saying? But I wanna let them boys know I'm ride or die with this squad. You know what I'm saying? I've been with them since '91. I ain't changing up. You know what I'm saying? Ever since Penny got there, got dog, that's been my team. You know what I'm saying? So I've been through and through with these boys, and I'm hoping that they can sustain this level of activity. Because I'm tired of picking, in the lottery. You know, I'm talking about I want to be a marquee free agent player. Because we got money. We got money to give. You know what I'm
Y'all
saying?
beat Milwaukee.
Huh?
Y'all
We
beat
played them
Milwaukee.
and beat them.
Yep.
Okay.
On November the 11th.
We got them early, man. They weren't ready yet. They weren't ready. You know what I'm saying? They weren't ready. But I don't care if you wasn't ready, man. We weren't ready for years. Goddamn. Give me mine. Lord Jesus. I think I said goddamn. But if it was too close, forgive me. So yeah, man. You know what I'm talking about? I only say GD when I get excited. I gotta calm myself down. You know what I'm talking about when I'm passionate. So yeah, man, it's yeah, man, I'm happy for them guys, man. I'm happy for us. You know what I'm saying? I could wear this hat loud and proud. You know what I'm talking about? Before it had a lot of dust on it. I couldn't rep it as hard as I wanted it to. You know what I'm saying? But now we back. People look at me like, yeah, man, you a Magic fan, they doing their thing. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know, talk about we doing our fucking thing out here in these streets. So yeah, man. Shout out to us, man. I ain't gonna go as far and say we're gonna be NBA champions, but we're gonna make it tough for a lot of other teams that's gonna try to eliminate us when the time comes. That I can assure you is gonna happen.
Yeah.
So I ain't got nothing to say about the other guys. You know what I'm talking about? They did what they were supposed to. But what I will say briefly is I prophesized Deron Bland because we recorded on Tuesday. The game was that Thursday. Him breaking the record. That brother broke the record. Shout out to him. That was one hell of a run, brother. One hell of a run. That boy was determined. That motherfucker right there was determined to get into that end zone. He said, "No, sir, you not gonna stop me today. I'm running for my life." You know what I'm talking about? That boy was out there looking like Forrest Gump. Anywhere I was going, I was ready. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So yeah, man. Shout out to them boys, man. Shout out to Deron Bland on making history, brother. Proud of you, man, and keep it going, brother. Keep it going. That high level activity, keep it going. You know what I'm saying? We got what we got this week. I ain't worried about the Seahawks. But week 14, 15, 16, 17 people, that's gonna tell me a lot. It's gonna tell me a lot. It's gonna tell me a lot of who we are because we played Philly at home. Then we go to Buffalo, then we go to Miami, and then we play at home, I think, against Detroit, or we go to Detroit. Either way, but our next 4 games after this coming Sunday are gonna say a lot. Gonna say a lot. So find me in those weeks, y'all. Find me in those weeks.
Gotcha. Well, shout out to Orlando, man. I did not. I don't never pay attention to Orlando, so I had to go look. I'm like, they number 2 in the East. What the hell?
Yeah.
Okay, shout out to y'all. And it look like y'all gonna win the next 3 games too. Y'all play Washington twice, and then y'all play Brooklyn. So y'all be 15-5 at least.
Favorable. Yeah. Favorable schedule right now in the early stages. You know what I mean?
So shout out to y'all, man. Lakers got our ass beat by 76ers, so they get no talk on this stage. But what I will say is Anthony Davis. They got a lot of people that's begging the Lakers to trade you right now. I need you to stand on something. I need you to be like T.I.'s son and stand on business or something. I need you to I need you to have some kind of pride about yourself, man. Like, it just don't make no sense. Like, if we thought you was trash, nobody would say this about you. But the expectations that people have for you don't seem like you give a fuck. Like, you don't. It seems like
you ain't got no place to.
Yeah.
I was just thinking this to myself, man. He didn't get like this until he got to y'all.
Nah, he was always hurt in New Orleans.
Hurt, but he went up and down as far as his gameplay. That's what I'm talking about. Like, yeah, he was always in and out the lineup with an injury, but when that boy was on the court, he wasn't missing in action no nights. That's why I don't understand what the hell he got going on. Like,
I wonder if it's like a lingering injury or something like that that's hurting him. I don't know. Maybe his back or something.
I don't know.
I don't advocate
productivity.
I don't advocate to trade Anthony Davis unless we could get something comparable for him. I don't. Well, I would like they were talking about Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan. I would love that. Now I will get rid of them for that, but I'm not just getting rid of Anthony Davis. I'm sorry, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
But he from Chicago. I mean, I can see that happening. Trade him to Chicago, but I'm not just getting rid of Anthony Davis. That man is he's a talent. When he shows up to play, not too many people in this league can fuck with him.
That's true.
That just is what it is. So I just need it's like your parents when they just kind of put their head down. They think so much of you. They think you can do a lot, and then you don't live up to that expectation that they have for you. I think Anthony Davis, that's what he's getting from a lot of people. A lot of people got great expectations for you. We believe in you, but then you lay an egg. And at first, it started out like, okay, one here, and then you'll play good like 5 games, and then one here. People could take that. And then it went to once every night. Then now it's you play good every other night or every 2 nights. It's like, nigga, you flipping it around. It's like, come on, bro.
You play good against the bad teams, but against the good teams, you don't show up and be that force that's required. That's the stuff that be throwing me off, man. Like, you should always dominate the lesser than talent. You know what I'm saying? Easily, but me as an expired athlete. You know what I'm talking about? Like not retired, expired. I don't do nothing no more. Right? So as an expired athlete, I didn't get excited going off against lesser than talent. I'm supposed to do that. You see what I'm saying? I got excited going against the niggas that they say was supposed to be nice. That's how I measure myself. I want to see like what the level is between you and I. What's the level of separation? Do you really got me, or do I got you? Or are we like neck and neck? You see what I'm saying? So that's how I measure myself when I play. You know what I'm saying? But that's the shit that got me. You know what I'm saying? Got me like, yeah. Like I didn't feel like I understanding the climate of the game. You know what I'm saying about? Should elevate your performance. You shouldn't, you know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be like that, man. You shouldn't minimize in a situation. You should maximize. You heard? That's all I'm saying, man. Just think of it like some pussy. You know what I'm talking about? You ain't going in there with no minimized effort, is you now, boy? No, sir. No, sir. You go in there and do your work. Like, bro, come on now. You don't want that woman talking about you. Better get it together. So think about when you get on that court, this is all pussy, nigga. Show your ass. You know what I'm talking about? Like, do your job, nigga. Do your job. That's all.
It's just rough, man.
It's hard to win.
It's rough to watch that. Because you would think, like how you said, you would think Joel Embiid is coming in here. Okay, I'm gonna take that personal tonight because people talking about I should leave, I should get traded. You had Lil Wayne going on. Lil Wayne is a Laker fan. He over there talking about get rid of his ass. Like
crazy.
There's a whole bunch of people that talking about it. But anyway, man, get your shit together. LeBron is way too old. LeBron is a couple months younger than us. Nigga, I couldn't go out there and play right now.
Look at me. I got a knee sleeve on right now. I can't do shit.
He doing way too much to be this age. Like it don't make no sense.
Hey man, and I appreciate that brother doing it though. You know what I'm talking about? That brother gives. Man, look here, bro. Nigga make me want to go get a knee replacement and try out for the league right now. Don't talk about like, hey, all right, still got it.
Officially played the most minutes in NBA history. Has the most points in NBA history. Still going. Still averaging 20-something points a game.
Yeah. What's crazy about that?
What?
The other night they was like, he the first player ever to 39,000. The nigga's the first player ever after the fucking to any other number. After breaking it, right? Like, what is y'all talking about right now, man? That don't even make no fucking sense.
Every damn shot he make, it don't make sense.
Like, really, nigga? Like, what about 39,000? There was somebody there? Like, he the first one? bro, come on, man.
Uh,
Come on, man. We got it. He broke the record. So now he just tacking on. So it's gonna be whatever that brother wanted to be. He's gonna get to 40K by the end of the year, obviously, because it is what it is. But at the same point, though, man, y'all ain't at full strength right now. Y'all got, people in and out of the lineup. Y'all are going through it. And luckily, it's early in the season. You know what I'm saying? Not on the tail end, and hopefully by the tail end, y'all will be exactly what y'all need to be, especially by the break. You know what I'm saying?
we didn't want
But
some quality games, so I'm not mad at it. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, so I
we
mean, I
good.
can't look at it and be like, oh, y'all just underperforming. Like, man, y'all got injuries. You know what I'm talking about? Vanderbilt ain't playing. Gabe, he ain't playing. Like, it's a lot of people not playing, man. So, it is what it is. Cam Reddish was open for y'all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? No matter how y'all look at it, that boy was out there. That boy was turning in. He was like on his Pat Bev shit, nigga. First team. That nigga was out there playing some defense. So, hey, y'all
That's
got
the
this.
reason why I didn't
Y'all
want to
got
lose
what
that
y'all need.
game against Philly though, because of Pat
Huh?
Bev. That's why I didn't want to lose that game against Philly because Pat Bev.
Oh man, Pat Bev, a dickhead. Yeah.
But he like the person you hate unless he on your team, and then I like him.
Yeah,
But once he
that's a
leaves, I
fact.
hate him again. It's like, yeah, duh. Man, I got a couple things to talk about, man. I kind of alluded to it a little earlier, man. You seen T.I. son? T.I. and T.I. son going at it.
Yeah.
They was at the Atlanta Hawks game. For people that don't know, they was at not the Atlanta Hawks, the Atlanta Falcons game. They was playing my Saints, thrashing us. And they had enough time. The game was so boring that they started fighting in the doggone suite. Not necessarily fighting, but King was up here talking crazy, talking about he ain't come from a silver spoon and all this little goofy shit. And T.I. looked like he put him in a headlock. And then so everybody kind of ran with it. I'm kind of like, I think everybody get to the age where you trying to test your dad to let him know, you know what I'm saying, I got little muscles. And then he got to put you in a headlock. I mean, it just is what it is. He got to let you know, hey, little nigga, nigga, I still could whoop your ass. You know what I'm saying?
He
I
told him,
just
can't
feel
do
like it
nothing with me.
wasn't that big a deal. What's up?
Can't do nothing with me. Can't do nothing with me. And he told you can't do nothing with me. You can't do nothing with me.
What's crazy is the way that he had to hit him in the headlock. It was like it had King. He was recording him when it was like the angle was crazy. It's like, nigga, drop the phone and protect yourself. Oh man, but nah, man. Well, how you feel, man? Real quick, man, about that. I don't think it takes a lot, but what you want?
They say street niggas want to be educated. Educated niggas want to be street. And that's what this is, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, you're not from that cloth. You're not from that generation. You're not from that area. You're not from that time. You're not from that air. From that, it ain't nothing about you that says, bro, I'm hood. You know what I'm saying? You sitting here talking about you ain't grow up with a silver spoon in your mouth, nigga. Was it gold? Because it wasn't regular. You know what I'm talking about? Like, you had so many abundance of opportunities handed to you by what your parents could afford. You know what I'm saying? With Tiny, being an escape, and then whatever she does, musically, as far as writing tracks or whatever the case is, and then T.I. being the star that he was, you know what I'm saying, or still is, you know what I'm saying? So let's just be real, man. And like, all I can think about is I just kept playing T.I. You don't know me. You know what I'm talking about? Like, when you see me in the streets, remember you don't know me. Like, that's all I could think of my. You don't know him. So it's like, bro, man, your daddy is different. You might want to turn on the What's Beef documentaries, DVDs, and shit like that, bro. Like, your pops was, your pops, you know what I'm saying? Probably still is like that. He just, he's mature. You know what I'm talking about? So at the same time, I'm just like, man, yeah, like you said, man, children these days, or any day, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, they come of age in their mind where, they get a little, start to feel themselves, get besides themselves. And, they go out on a limb. You know what I'm talking about? Sometimes that limb is wet. And when you step on it, it snap. and you just it ain't what you thought it was. You know, it ain't as strong as a log. You heard? So I'm glad T.I. put a little nigga in his place. You know what I'm talking about? Gave him a little nigga love. You know what I'm talking about? Gave that nigga the little nigga work. You know what I'm talking about? Just put him in the headlock. But I didn't have to pop. I ain't had to do none of that. You know what I'm talking about? So I'm happy that he showed restraint, being able to see that that's still his son. I think his son is foolish. You know, talking about, yeah, you want to come to my bando? I want to come to my bando. Like, nigga, what you where?
And he said he was at his grandma's house,
My
at T.I.
grandma.
mama house. I seen T.I. mama house on the TV show. It wasn't no bando. Like, what are you talking about? I seen both of their mama's house. They didn't
In the
live with no
birds.
bandos.
In the birds, bro. Like, so
Stop
what
it.
hood you got? What hood you got? I saw a lot of people saying, man, drop that nigga off at Fulton County Correctional. Let that nigga do it scared, beyond scared straight or whatever that joint is. You know what I'm talking about? Put that little nigga up in there. You know what I'm talking about? See what it's like. You know what I mean? Like, I don't be understanding, man. I like, bro, you swear you tough, man. Like, and that's the problem. Nobody just want to be who you really are. You want to portray yourself like, bro, take off the costumes. People, just be yourselves, man. Ain't nothing wrong with being yourselves. You know what I'm talking about? Like, ain't nothing wrong with it. And I say that to say because on Joe Budden, right? Not his podcast, there's a track where Slaughterhouse joint where he was like, he said his son came to him one day and was like, Dad, I'm weird. And he was like, well, first of all, why are you weird? And he was like, I'm sorry, his son was like, I'm weird, Dad. And he was like, I'm okay with that. So he asked his son, he was like, well, first of all, why do you think you're weird? And two, why are you okay with it? He was like, well, I say I'm weird because I know I'm weird. And he was like, but I'm okay with that because anybody that's not okay with that, I'm okay with myself. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, be strong enough to live inside your own flesh, man, and not let the outside detract you to feel as though you have to fit a certain mold or you got to be, just because you're your daddy's son don't mean you got to be like your daddy.
But what's
You feel
wrong
me?
with that though? Because they sacrificed, they did what they had to do, so you don't have to
You know what
go
I'm saying?
through that same stuff. It's like it makes no sense to me. It's like he
Bro,
probably had like cousins and stuff that grew up in the hood telling him, man, you ain't grew up in no hood and all this. So it's probably a
that's all it
triggering type of thing to him that he want to
is.
prove himself. But it's like, bro, so what?
Like, so?
Yeah.
So? You see this
You see
pool
my
I
house?
got?
Yeah.
Like,
My house,
I
nigga,
got
get
a
out of here.
man, look here, bro.
My
I
daddy
got
is
a
T.I.
racetrack in the back. Like, bro, what you talking about?
That's crazy.
Man, look, man. All I gotta do as a child, living a lifestyle like that, is just make sure I make good grades. That is not too much to ask for, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That is not too much to reward your parents with by making quality decisions. That's all they asking for, man. They want you. I think, as they say, any parent just wants their child to have more opportunities and a better life than what they had for themselves. And that don't mean that your life was terrible. They just always want more for theirs. You see what I'm saying? So that's it, man. Like, ain't nothing wrong with that, bro. I think your music trash. So you might want to stop doing that at the same time. You know what I'm saying? I know as a parent, you want to encourage your kids, but sometimes you gotta have that harsh truth. Like, hey, now look here, son. Look here, baby girl. I don't think the path that you're on is gonna get you what you need. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
you
but
might want to,
somebody like it somewhere.
man, shit, nah, not me. I ain't one of
His
that.
other son, Damani, though, his other son, Damani, can actually rap.
Yeah. I heard a couple of his. Yeah, I know that part. But yeah, man, like if you ain't got it, you ain't got it. You know what I'm saying? So that's just like you don't have to follow in your parents' footsteps, doing what they did. You know what I'm saying? Unless you can really do it. You know what I'm saying? Bronny is the closest thing that I say that, okay, I know you ain't going to be your daddy, but you still quality. Michael Jordan kid? No, sir. Yeah, you wore goggles. What are we talking about?
He got Romeo, Master P. Yeah, he rap. He rap. You don't remember Cribs? Romeo had his whole house and everything because off his rap money. You know what I'm talking
Romeo, give me a chance. Like, nah, it ain't the same, bro. Ain't the same.
about? Same thing, man.
It ain't the same as Mr. Ice Cream Man. Body.
It's the
Make him
kids
say,
version though.
like,
You
it
know
ain't
what
the
I'm saying?
same, bro. It ain't the same. Ain't the same. But I understand, like, at that time, he was, the age that he was. So he didn't live that life making that type of music, but he tried to make that diss song against Bow Wow with all the foolery in the background. Like, bro, come on, man, we ain't doing
Is
that.
there
We
any
ain't doing
kids that you think? I mean, I'm trying to think. Denzel
that.
Washington's son,
He's good. He's good for
John
what he do.
Washington or whatever,
Yeah,
David Washington or whatever his name.
yeah, he's good at what he does.
I like him.
He's
I think
good.
he's good. But I'm trying to think of another kid that could kind of in a parent shadow. I mean, that kind of carve the lane that you don't look at them.
Like they could just stand on their own.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Ain't too many.
Yeah.
Really ain't too many. You know what I'm saying? Ain't too many. And I'm talking about like being in the same field though, people. So when I think like most people be like, okay, like for instance, Diana Ross, and then you got Tracy Ellis Ross. Tracy Ellis don't do music, which is what Diana was known for.
I
Now
think
Diana
I
did
think that's what you
she
got to
did
do though.
movies.
I think you got
But
to
she
kind
did
of find your own
movies.
lane.
Yeah, like you do that and be successful. You know what I'm saying? When you put yourself in the same realm or same field as the parent, if your parent was stellar at the sport or the profession, let me say that, the career path, it's a little bit hard. You get measured against that. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm just saying. Like, you don't have to be what your parents were. You can be something different. You know what I mean? So I don't know if kids feel pressured like that or not, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is.
Man, I don't know
I look
why
at
Michael Jordan's son came in my head because I guess you said Michael Jordan's son, but I still can't believe that he messing with Scottie Pippen, my old wife. I just don't understand.
Didn't they get married?
He talking about getting married, and he want Michael Jordan to be the best man. That's
Yes,
fucked up.
sir.
That's messed up.
This nigga standing on business, baby.
Man,
They say, hey, we're gonna go all out. Hey, Dad, you had the last dance. I'm gonna make this wedding his last chance. Say it now, forever hold your peace, Scotty. You heard? Hey, bro.
man.
That shit crazy.
Just imagine
That
they
shit
was
crazy.
at the games together, and she probably seen him as a kid walking around. Like they talk about, like why no nobody shame women that do that. If it was a man,
I don't
it's
know.
crazy. But for some reason, they don't do that to women like that.
I don't know, bro.
They kind of sneak this like Diddy because he when he was messing with Cassie
Yeah,
back in the day.
man.
Yeah, Miami, all of them. You know what I'm saying? They don't get that same hostility towards women that do the same thing. But hey, it is what it
Nigga,
is.
they made a whole movie for the ladies. How Stella got her groove back.
Yeah.
Not one person was in the uproar. Everybody was like, "You get it, girl."
Yeah, you
You
go
know
get
what I'm saying?
they digs. Yeah.
It is. I like. Come on, man. Like, but I mean, we men have they categories in which they aren't ridiculed, and then women got theirs. You know what I'm talking about? Just like the hit list. You know what I'm talking about? Men are congratulated for however many notches on their belt, and women get looked at a certain other type of way for whatever reason. I'm not saying I agree with it. I'm just saying that's just what it is out there. You know what I'm saying? So vice versa. This situation with Larsa and Michael Jordan's child. You know what I'm saying? But I saw Lil Duval had posted something today. He was like, he said something. It's on this phone, so I don't even have it. He said something along the lines of the person that's with your ex is now realizing why that's your ex, or some shit like that, right? Like they going through the shit that you went through that made them your ex. And I was just like, hey, you know what I'm saying? I ain't got nothing to say myself personally. You know what I'm saying? Because whether I view others as my ex or they view me as their ex, you see what I'm saying? I don't ever think I was lackluster in any category that I needed to be. You know what I'm talking about for you. But I can name a few women that came up short. You know what I'm saying? So where it's like some things is just like, why are you like this? You know what I'm saying? And shout out to whoever might be dealing with that now. Maybe you got tougher skin than me. You know what I'm saying? But hey, man, it don't matter to me at the end of the day, because if you gotta ask yourself, do I fuck with you? I told you. No.
This nigga right here. Man.
Stand on business, man. Stand on business. If y'all ain't got it by now, that's the name of this top. That's the name of the podcast. If you know, by the time you got through, well, honestly, I don't even know why I said. Well, we recording it now, so we in it. So we ain't gonna put the title until later on. But you've already seen the title because you've already clicked on the show. But just know, as we was going through the show, we don't never have a title.
Definitely don't.
We talk and then we figure out what the fuck we gonna call shit and come up with a description because we never know. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I'm sure glad you said it because that is the title.
Yeah. I be trying to help people understand like the psyche of how we do things because sometimes they might be like, man, but how y'all go from here to go to there? I'm like, bro, we just free flow. You know what I'm talking about? Sometimes, yeah, Franz might have something. I might remember something that I want to say, but 9 times out of 10, we get to talking about something and somebody will say something and we'll spin off of that. And it ain't got nothing to do with nothing, but then it becomes what it is. You know what I'm talking about? So moments created inside the moments is what I like to see.
That's the main thing about us. When we talking about stuff, it's coming from right here, right off the hip, right off the cuff.
Yeah.
Sometimes you'll see a show restraint because we like, I probably should not say that.
Yes.
But
rehearse.
It's right in the moment. Back in the day, what we used to do is we used to give each other, or everybody used to be on here. We used to tell them the topics, and then the problem would be is everybody come over here like they got a PhD in psychology and all this shit, and I was like, this shit is boring to me. So I stopped doing it, and just we kind of go with it. Like, yo, if you got something, say it, because y'all, everybody would listen to a podcast or saw one of them online and everybody act like they're a specialist at some shit. You know what I'm saying? No, we just 2 guys that got opinions and that's how we feel about it. You can agree or disagree. It is what it is. That's just how we feel at the moment. Some things you're going to say, man, I'm with you. Some things you're going to say, bruh, tripping. And you know what? Some of the stuff that we didn't say, by the time we got more information, we could change how we feel. We might not even feel the same way about something we said last week as we do today. It is what it is.
Yeah, I know a lot of people. Thank you for putting that out there, Frank. Because a lot of people be like, "God damn," but like they don't take into mind and consideration when we shoot, because we don't know when we gonna shoot. Sometimes it's Tuesdays, and then like you said, developing facts come in after that. Like I'm not trying to tap back in just to correct myself. Like no, nigga, I said what I said. It's gonna be that. You know what I'm talking about? Just know that if you pay attention, you hear the points that we're making, and you can understand the information that we've received. So if you can kind of align it like that, you can kind of see why myself will say the things that I say. All right. So shout out to Diddy, man. That boy got more charges. Got more, not more charges, more accusations.
Allegations.
You know what I'm talking about? More accusations. And that's what I was talking about. That's what I'm still saying what I'm saying from last week. But that's the stuff that I'm talking about. It's like a trickle down effect. Once one person say it, now there's a floodgate of all these other people. Oh yeah, he did that. Yeah, he tickled my booty. Like all this weird ass shit and activity, man. Like I don't understand it, bro. I don't understand this. Aaron Hall come out talking about he was
Aaron Hall was wild for that dude.
Like, come on, man. Like, what is y'all on out in these streets, bro? Like, what the fuck? Who else, man? Who else got a problem with Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, Daddy, Duck, Puff, Sean Paul, Sean John, whatever, whoever name the nigga want to go by? Like, God, dog, man, who's next? I feel like Goldberg right now on WCW. Who's next, nigga? You know what I'm talking about? It's too much, bro. Oh, that took me into something else. See what I'm talking about? Moments within the moment. I didn't even know I was gonna say that. I have a question. But yeah, that's my thought process on that. I ain't gonna forget it. But I just think it'd be too much coincidence of people saying something happened once one person said something. And like I said, when everybody was being attacked, major figures in the industry, why y'all didn't say something then? You know what I mean? Why was it not known then? Y'all always waiting and piggyback. And that's why I be feeling like, man, some of this shit just ain't legit. That's why I be feeling like that.
And it kind of devalues the stuff that is real.
Yeah.
It's like you heard that it seems like, don't get me wrong. I don't want to say nobody's lying or it was not real.
For sure.
But what
For
it
sure.
looks like on the outside looking in is that you seen Cassie got some money, undisclosed things, good enough that she could shut up, that she won't even talk. And you like, you know what? Shoot, I was busting it open for Diddy too. Let me try that shit too. And I don't really care for that. It just like nobody wants justice. So to me, it almost like, how bad does it really hurt you if you don't want justice? You want money. So that's kind of how I feel. Now, I mean, I don't know. Everybody has a different thing they going through and stuff like that. I don't want to demean nobody, devalue nobody, but that's just how it looks and appears. It was crazy because just today he said he stepped down as Revolt's chairman today. You know what I'm saying? He ain't doing that.
Oh, well.
Yep. Are you good?
You know. Yeah. I was looking at my screen blacked out, so
gotcha.
Turn my TV off.
But hey, it is what it is, man. You was talking about wrestling Goldberg, man. I heard this just off the cuff. You remember Sonny?
Sonny.
The girl wrestler?
Sonny.
The girl, she was a WWE champion back in the day.
Sonny. Female champion?
Yeah. Sonny. You got to pull her up, Sonny. But she was just convicted for 17 years for drunk driving. She killed somebody she was drunk driving. It was like her 4th DUI. She was driving without a suspended license. They gave her 17 years.
I say, God dang, people. Just so y'all know.
She looked totally different right now. It's you gotta look. Just Google Sonny WWE.
Okay, hold on. Yeah, the ones that I remember, what's my Stacy Keibler. Yeah, I had a crush on the white girls back then.
I remember my girl with the handprints over her chest when she came out there at one time.
Sable.
So there you go. Is that Sable?
Sable.
Yeah.
There was another one.
What's the black chick, man? The black chick that had them big old titties too.
WWE. Hold on.
Also China. I remember China. China to me was different. To me, she was the first. I don't want to be disrespectful, but she was like the real woman, like wrestle type thing. It wasn't. She wrestling with the men. To me, it was a little different.
Oh damn! She don't look familiar to me. I see her with the Legion of Doom and everybody. I just can't remember her
now because she don't look familiar to nobody right now.
No, not now. Definitely not now. Definitely not now. I'm trying to remember my other girl, man. She had blonde hair too. She was from Canada. I'm trying to what's her name?
Trish Stratus.
There you go. Thank you. Yeah, I had a crush on that thing right there, boy. I was like, girl, I hope a sex tape leak with you. Shout out to China. She had one, but I was like, boy, I want Trish Stratus. God damn. Yo, WWE was popping back then, man, when it was WWF. You know what I'm talking about? Like, ever since them niggas went WWE Entertainment, World Wrestling Entertainment, it's been a changing of the guard.
Federation.
When it was the Federation, boy, listen, man. When it was World Wrestling Federation, shit was different, y'all. And right now, this is kind of like geared towards our age because I don't watch wrestling no more. But I saw Ric Flair. He was on Shannon's podcast, Club Shake Shack. And there was a clip that I saw on IG where he was talking about his Mount Rushmore of wrestling. And I was like, yeah, I never even thought about that. I know one person that you got for sure. You know what I'm saying? Because he's your favorite of all time. But what I want to say, people, is just because somebody is your favorite of all time, don't make them Mount Rushmore-esque. Okay, so I say this. Let me put it like this, right? My favorite players of all time, if we go by basketball, two of them is from Orlando, Penny Hardaway and Tracy McGrady. I'm not putting them on Mount Rushmore. You see what I'm saying? So I say that like now, I understand that there's other motherfuckers that's colder, but these just my favorite people to watch. You know what I'm saying? So if you just ask me who my favorite players are, I'm gonna tell you Penny Hardaway, Tracy McGrady, Kevin Garnett, Baron Davis. They're my top 4 that you know what I'm saying, out of any generation. Now, are those 4 the best ever? No. They my favorite 4 though. You see what I'm saying? So I say that to say that. Okay. So and I'm not saying that your one doesn't have a valid claim or right to have his name and face etched in stone on Mount Rushmore. I was just telling people, like,
Yeah.
you know, if I leave somebody out, I want y'all to know why. I may or may not. But let's go one for one. It's 4 faces, right? 4 heads. 4 heads on Mount Rushmore.
Well, then, of course, the one that you know of me that I'm gonna say,
Okay.
and he is on the route Mount Rushmore. He don't.
And tell me why. And tell me why you put them up there too.
It's
Don't
the
just say
Undertaker.
names and be like, that's it. You gotta say why
Yeah,
you put
the
them there.
Undertaker, first off, one
Okay.
of the most. He had such a presence and an aura about him when he walked in there. Trust me, my bad, guys. We going into wrestling stuff, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't watched wrestling in a minute, but my favorite era was the Raw area. The Attitude and the Raw era. Well, Attitude era. Yeah, Attitude era. So Undertaker was that. The presence, man, just to walk down the aisle. His entrances was iconic. You hear that dong, iconic. I think he had the most wins ever on WrestleMania ever. Yeah, he went like 52-0 or some shit like that.
Yeah,
crazy.
Street,
yeah, like he belongs on the Mount Rushmore, and everybody that they talked about it, like they go and they do all these interviews now. I love that part of wrestling. Like they make it more of like a soap opera. They know it's fake. It is what it is. They kind of go into it, and then they got a lot of interviews, and everybody that talks about how much the Undertaker was like the Godfather, and he was the go-to man that kind of ran the stuff over there. He ran the people. You know what I'm saying? Like kept everybody in line. He was the person that if somebody was doing something wrong, go get the Undertaker. Go talk, let him go talk to him. So Undertaker is by far, to me, the Mount Rushmore. He was the go to wrestling. Once he became the American Badass, I tuned out. He the one that got me out of wrestling. So
let it be known.
Yeah, he fucked up wrestling for me. Once that nigga started driving motorcycles, I was gone. But shout out to him. Undertaker is definitely on my Mount Rushmore. Yeah.
Okay. What's yours? All right. I don't have no disagreeing arguments against him being there, for one. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a sense of ranking as to where I'm gonna put people. So my first isn't necessarily my last, or my second, or my third, or my first. You know what I mean? It's just
I'm with you.
I'm going with Hulk Hogan. Because in my eyes, without him, he was my favorite wrestler until my favorite wrestler actually graced the stage. You know what I'm talking about? Graced the ring, right? So, but with Hulk Hogan, it was just something about, you know what I mean, this nigga. You know what I'm talking about? Like I could do that, nigga. Like I could partake in that. Like I felt as though I was there with him when this shit was actually happening. You know what I mean? So I don't know if people remember, like everybody was Cabbage Patch Dolls. Everybody remember those, but I don't know how many people actually had wrestling buddies. Okay. I had a wrestling buddy. I had the Hulk Hogan one. My brother Alan, he had Undertaker. So you talk about leg dropping, power slam, power bombs, and body slams. Like, yo, it was lit at my grandparents' house. You know what I'm talking about? I couldn't wait to get there and stand on business. Like Kane said. You know what I'm talking about? Nigga, we was jumping off of dressers. Mind y'all, people, we young, so we ain't weighing but like 40 pounds and shit like that. So we weren't breaking furniture, but you would think that the force of the elbow drops we was giving, oh yeah, you would have thought we would have went through the top floor. You know what I'm talking about? Like it was real, bro. But like my grandfather, shout out to him, man. Only reason why I loved wrestling as much as I did back then is because he ordered every fucking pay-per-view. Like he didn't care. WCW, WWF, that man ordered all of them. You know what I'm saying? And At that time, I mean, Hogan was that guy. He always headlined. It didn't matter what match it was, man. And one of my favorite matches, even though it looked crazy, was when him and the Ultimate Warrior finally went head to head. It was Royal Rumble 6, I believe. And he kicked out to this day. He kicked out. You know what I'm talking about? He ain't lose, but I understood, they like to do, they did it in dramatic fashion. You know what I'm talking about? So the loss couldn't have been no better than how it was actually portrayed. But you know what I'm talking about? Like, no holds barred. He's the first wrestler that I ever seen in a movie. You know what I'm talking about? When he went against Tiny Zeus. You know what I'm talking about? Shout out to him. Rest in peace, bro. So iconic scenes, man, where he had the dude up in the garage and he was like, "What's that smell?" The guy was like, "Dookie." Like, it's shit like that, man. Like, it's crazy, dog. I love Hulk Hogan, man. I think he's one of those pillars of the game. You know, when they always talk about Michael Jordan making the NBA global, that's what Hulk Hogan was. He made that shit global and universal. So I would be remiss not to have that man as the first stone on my Mount Rushmore, whether I think he's the greatest of all time or I think he's fourth. I'm just talking pillarship. I will put him there first and foremost and then start etching everybody else in for me. So I got Hulk Hogan up top.
Okay.
Well, we ain't gonna talk about the Hollywood Hogan NWO shit. Like, that nigga was different. You know what I'm talking about?
He was.
Yo, Hogan was that nigga.
Yeah, I remember that shit. He was on mine, and then I blew his face off when he started saying nigga. He was on mine. Don't get me wrong. I'm with you. I understand why, but he ruined my childhood when they came out with them tapes. I'm saying nigga. Anyway, we go to my number 2. It's Bret Hart. Bret Hart is my number 2. I loved Bret Hart back in the day. You know what I'm saying? And plus, if you can't see it, I like the wrestlers that wore pants. I didn't like a lot of panty wearing niggas. You know what I'm saying? I like niggas that wear a full suit that came out there and wrestled their ass off. And Bret Hart, bro, he was just a cool guy, man. Especially back in the day, he used to have them glasses. I wanted a pair of them goddamn glasses. Them glasses was hard. I still remember the screw job when he spit in Vince McMahon's face.
Yeah, that fucked up, bro.
Man, it just Bret Hart was just a cool guy. He was the guy that it was like, they had Hulk Hogan, but I liked Bret Hart better. I just liked I liked his personality. I liked how he was better, and he seemed cooler than Hulk Hogan to me. Hulk Hogan seemed like he was more like mainstream. Bret Hart seemed like he was for the hood. You know what I'm talking about? He was from the bando. You know what I'm saying? He stood on business. So Bret Hart is definitely on my Mount Rushmore of niggas that wear pants and not panties.
Lord have mercy, man. What I want to say is there's a lot of high quality, high caliber wrestling athletes that could very well make a list. You know what I'm talking about? There's going to be some people that's left off, and it's not to be disrespectful, okay? Because I didn't think you would even go with him. You know what I'm talking about? The excellence of execution. The best there ever was. The best there ever is. The best there ever will be. You know what I'm talking about? I didn't see that one coming, Frank. I ain't gonna lie to you, brother. I didn't see that one making an appearance for you, bro. I'm just trying to think to myself. Can I take somebody out that I already got planned to put him in? Because I've thought about him. Shout out to Kurt Hennig. Thought about Mr. Perfect. Thought about Macho Man Randy Savage. You see what I'm saying? Like, this nigga got a whole food line behind him, like nigga Slim Jims. Like, Who get more iconic than that? Ooh, yeah, snap to the snipe. Come on, man. Everybody emulated that brother voice at the start. You see what I'm saying? It is what it is. Nigga was just, you know what I'm talking about? Macho Man was that dude. He get in there, do his little twirl, point his finger, you know what I'm talking about, spinning shit. And it was graduation music, nigga. That's all I ever hear. They still play that shit at graduations. That's why that shit sound like that. So he's iconic for a whole nother level. Damn. If I could slide him in, I gotta slide somebody out. An argument for me sliding somebody out would be too tough to make. But you know what? I'm gonna do it because I'm gonna shock some people. Just for shock value. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. I'm putting Bret Hart in there too, man, because he is undeniable. My favorite match that he ever did was him versus a la hence Mr. Perfect. You know what I'm saying? It was a Survivor Series. No, it was SummerSlam. And this is when Bret Hart's father was in attendance. And after the victory, he went into the crowd and celebrated with him. It was for the Intercontinental Championship. So, you know, that was for people who, you know, when people say, like, when you're getting into a sport, right, or into a different field of this, that, and the third, and they'd be like, this is what you need to watch. That was one of the matches that everybody should watch. You know what I mean? And aspire to be able to perform at a level that them two gentlemen put on that night. You see what I'm saying? So I can put Bret Hart on, you know what I mean, the Hart Foundation. Like, yo, the glasses was cool, man. I went to in Indiana, me and my brother, we went, it was the Hart Foundation versus Bushwhackers. All right. And when Bret Hart came out, like the electricity of the music, you know, like if nobody's ever been to a wrestling event before, like, and you really like back then, if like that's your shit, and them niggas come out, bro, the energy is just different. Like, I wanted to run to whatever side because, you know, he just went around and he finally picked somebody. Like, if he passed me, I was trying to run through the crowd to get to the other side. Like, no, they give me the glasses. You know what I'm saying? But he didn't give it to me. He gave a little white punk. But it's all good. But make me feel away. I might have to take you off my list for sunning me like that. But anyway, it's all right. But yeah, man, like, just when he came out, it was different, man. Like that. Like, dog, like, niggas don't understand, bro. Like, shit gets you hyped sometimes, man. Like, bro, yo, man, come on, man. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. They say Cameron made Pink the shit. No, nigga, Bret Hart. Bret Hart made Pink fire. Him and Anvil like, like, yo, man, I'm that goddamn, bro. I said GD. I'm so sorry. Got excited. Got excited. So, guys, done it. Yeah, man, I could put Bret Hart on there with, you know, as a pillar of my Mount Rushmore alongside of Hogan, and I don't think nobody can argue that. Yeah. Yep. I'm with you on that, brother. I like that.
My next one.
Yeah.
Again, following the trend of niggas that wear pants. It's just a sexy boy. Sexy boy. Shawn Michaels. You know what I'm talking about? Shawn Michaels was just, he had it all. The women liked him. He came out there, he handled business, he stood on business. And then he was like agile. He wasn't like no stiff ass nigga wrestling. Like, and then that kick always sounded off so hard.
Boy, like you can hear it from
and
a block away.
We saw this nigga at what's that damn barbecue place down here? Some barbecue place, and the nigga was cool as a fan, man. He was cool as hell. So,
in Texas, dude. San Antonio.
Shout out to Shawn Michaels, man. Shawn Michaels is on my Mount Rushmore. Had plenty of iconic matches. I still remember what the motherfucker was. I forgot what match it was. He was flying through the air on that zip line, coming through the ring. I was like, niggas just cold.
That was him versus Bret Hart the first time.
And he was flamboyant with it. He wasn't gay. Like he wasn't. It was like he was gyrating a little bit, but it wasn't like no gay shit. Like he was like, I need these women to show me. I mean, they need to see what I got. but he wasn't like Val Venus. You know what I'm saying? He was like right there. He was just a cool nigga, man. So shout out to Shawn Michaels. He was just a cool nigga. That's why he make Mount Rushmore, and he put in that work. You know what I'm talking about? So got Shawn Michaels. Still no panty niggas.
Hey man, it's crazy. You sounding like me right now, so I might have to change up my list.
You ain't got to change up nothing, man. This is all off the cuff, man. This is what I like.
Yeah, I haven't I knew Hogan and Shawn Michaels definitely on my list, but the other two I was like, I'm gonna put them in there, but can I argue it? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like these other niggas I can't argue against because they are literally what cultivated the culture. For
you're gonna be mad at me regardless, because my last Mount Rushmore head gonna be split with two. So it is what it is. On that thing, you gonna have to deal with it. Because I think they go together. You know what I'm saying? So you gonna have to be mad.
All right, so what I'm gonna do then is I'm going to, just for shits and giggles then, because I already know who you're gonna split.
Who I'm gonna split.
I already know who you're gonna split. So what I'm gonna do, people, is I'm going to make Brett. I'm gonna give y'all 5. I'm gonna give y'all 5 hits. Okay. I'm sorry. We gonna yeah, whatever. I was gonna try to come up with a name for it, but fuck it. We just gonna give y'all 5.
You ever seen Head of State?
Huh?
You ever seen Head of State? Head of State with Chris Rock.
Huh?
At the end of the movie.
Yeah, I have seen that. Yes. At
the end of the movie. They added his head to the Mount Rushmore because he was supposed to be the first black president. So hey, it is
okay. So we're gonna do that then. So shout out to my Canadian greatest of all time, which is Bret Hart. So we're gonna put him there. You know what I'm talking about? So he the 5th head for me. That way everybody can stand alone. Sorry, we had to change it on the fly, people, but it's required. It's required. Because you was gonna make me take out Bret Hart and just so for shits and giggles, just put Booker T. You know what I'm talking about? Just because that's my name 5 times. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't have Hulk Hogan and I had a nigga that say coming for you, nigga. Like it hit different. You know what I'm talking about? But Bret Hart, Hollywood Hogan, Hulk Hogan, and just in honor and spirits of you already mentioning Shawn Michaels as well. I was gonna mention him last because honest to goodness, I think he is actually the greatest wrestler of all time. He don't necessarily got to be my favorite of all time. I think he is, for every reason that you just mentioned. The dude had it all. Literally, no weaknesses except for his back. You know what I'm talking about? That's it. That boy had everything. Charisma, had the ladies, had the moves, the showmanship, the character, the persona, everything. Had the look. Nigga had it all, bro. Nigga could walk it and talk it. You know what I'm saying? Like them two things translated seamlessly. You know what I'm talking about? So I remember when the nigga was on the stage and kicking nigga through the glass. Like, bro, this nigga was something different when he went badass. You know what I'm talking about? So I'm just sexy for sexy. Like, nigga, the intro, like when I tell people about the intro and you hear the woman, she in there. Like, yo, nigga, what? Mama, what's that? Like, bro, man, like, come on, man. Like, yo, nigga made me want to change my name to Sean for a whole minute. You feel me? I ain't gonna lie. Just so I can hit it. You know what I'm talking about? But yeah, man, it was one of those, like, man, I remember Shawn Michaels before he became the solo act, Shawn Michaels. You know what I'm saying? Where he was with the Rockers, Marty Jannetty. You see what I'm saying? Like, that nigga was that nigga then. You see what I'm saying? Like, even though you a tag team, there's always that one nigga that's like, yeah, nigga, this nigga carry y'all. You know what I'm talking about? And Shawn Michaels was always that. I couldn't wait for Marty Jannetty to tag that nigga in. And he hop over the top rope and get busy. Like, it was just one of those things. Like, some niggas just have, you see it before it even happened. Like, this nigga ain't gonna be that much longer. They gotta give this nigga the spotlight. And when I say some people fumble the bag, no, that nigga took that shit and he ran with it, man. And I'm not even talking about degenerative X days and all that shit. Suck it. No, I'm talking about this nigga as a product by himself. His matches against, you know, Kevin
Undertaker,
Nash.
Bret Hart. He
You
fought
know what I'm
everybody.
saying? Bret Hart against Steve against you said Undertaker? Shit, he went
Undertaker,
against a plethora of
everybody.
individuals, man. He fought everybody. Like, it was beautiful. It was beautiful, beautiful craftsmanship. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, man, the kick heard around the world.
Mm-hmm.
That shit different, bro. Cause his finishing move I hadn't seen from nobody else. I'm not talking about the big boot, talking about to a nigga face. Like, no, I'm talking like with some, I'm talking about the nigga. And then you hear everybody in the stadium doing it too. Like, you hear the crowd stomping with this nigga. Yo, that shit different, bro. Shit different. And like, even when he missed and then turned back around and hit a nigga with the left, my God, this nigga had it. This nigga leg redemption, nigga do a leg activity. You know what I'm talking about? Like, bro, that shit was crazy, man. So yes, Shawn Michaels, without a doubt, is up there for me, man. Without a fucking doubt. Without a fucking doubt.
Gotcha.
And I'm mad that we fucking around and putting the same one. So you speak on one and I'll speak on the other.
Okay.
Because I know. Now, do your thing. Do your thing. No, just do your thing. Do your thing.
Well, you must know who I got.
Nigga in the panties.
Yeah, we going to panty niggas. But an honorable mention before I say these niggas is Mick Foley. If we could make
Mick Foley,
Mick Foley definitely, I think, should be on Mount Rushmore. But since I can't put him on there, we only got so many slots. He would be my number 6. But
I'm not mad at it, bro. Not mad at it.
We got Stone Cold, Steve Austin, and we got The Rock. To me, people can say what they want about maybe they didn't like one or the other, but they literally carried the WWE for years. They had interests and side points. Like, I like when Undertaker was doing the Ministry of Darkness, that kind of roll with it, but I would be a liar if I didn't say the main story point that drove the business at that time was either something with Stone Cold or fucking The Rock. These niggas literally every week was doing something. Stone Cold would drive something new up to the goddamn ring every fucking week. And the first nigga to literally, you know what? Some people discount his career because I guess when he became Stone Cold, he wasn't around as long as he probably could be because of his injuries. But the nigga was the first nigga to hit his boss and keep on coming back to work. Like, the nigga, he did everything we wanted to do. You remember when Vince McMahon went to the hospital and the nigga went to the hospital and hit him with a bedpan? Like, the nigga did shit. Like,
nigga walked in as the nurse, put the smock on and the mat. Yeah.
Come on, man. Like, just the stuff that he did when your boy Booker T, when he caught him in the grocery store. Like, come on, man. Like, some of the shit they did with this, because I'm gonna leave The Rock to you, but the stuff with Stone Cold, it's like, I would be crazy if I didn't act for his time that he was on top. To me, out of probably anybody, he had the most impactful time on top. Now, don't get me wrong. I love the Undertaker. Excuse me. Love the Undertaker. He my all-time favorite. You know that. But as far as the most impact and what people remember, that nigga name is Stone Cold Steve Austin. I don't know what the nigga real name is. So I don't think we'll ever know. And I hope it ain't Steve Austin, because that would help. But I don't know what this nigga real name is. I have no clue. That nigga is
Steve Austin.
That nigga is Stone Cold Steve Austin to the day he died.
Steve Johnson, Steve something. Hold on. It is Steve something. Hold on.
I don't know. But that nigga is that nigga. He can't do nothing else. He even talk like that on a regular basis. Like, I thought he was making a voice, but even when the nigga talk now, he talk like that. The nigga became him. That was the most realistic character in WWE history is Stone Cold Steve Austin. Because the nigga looked like he go out there and hunt. He looked like he drank beers all fucking day. The nigga is relatable, and by far, I know that's the boy Jarrell guy. You know what I'm saying? Jarrell used to be a big Stone Cold Steve Austin fan.
Steve Anderson.
Steve, I know it wasn't Steve Austin, you know what I'm saying? But yeah.
Steven Anderson.
Yeah. We had never figured we'd never call that nigga that. That'd be the last time I forget that by the time we finish with this podcast. That nigga is Stone Cold Steve Austin to the day he go. You know what I'm saying? So
man.
shout out. Yeah, Stone Cold is just that he's the impact, the stuff he did, and he didn't have a lot of moves. If you think about it, he had a Thez press. That's the first nigga I heard call a Thez press when he jump on nigga and start hitting them like the little rabbit punches. I mean, but his finishing move was by far his finishing move was by far one of the best finishing moves of all time. That shit was hard. It's so hard that people remixed it and took out the kick. You know what I'm saying? Because you got Randy Orton does it. He does the RKO. It's just the stunner without the damn kick. Same shit.
Yep.
But yeah, definitely a dope ass finishing move. And I love people when they got a finishing move that allows people to improvise off of it. You know what I'm saying? Because every time they get stunned, niggas be flipping all crazy and shit. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I just like that. You know what I'm saying? It kind of
Ric Flair type shit.
It adds to the illusion of what's going on, and I used to like that shit. So, so shout out to Stone Cold. He's definitely on there with this guy right here. Go ahead, Book. You want to take it away?
All right. Honorable mention. I think Undertaker's up there as well. I don't have to speak on him because of you've already, expounded upon that. But a lot of people also might think about Triple H, right? The only reason why I don't have Triple H in mind, like he had a lot of battles with both of these gentlemen that we about to name. One already known, the other one you should know. But I can't. With the person I'm gonna reveal, like I said, what you should know, I can't ignore the fact that when Triple H came on the scene and he wasn't the Game, that Hunter Hearst Helmsley stint was not it for me. You know what I'm saying? You lost points. You lost points. You know what I'm saying? When Stone Cold came into the WWF, he was Steve Austin at the time. Whether they called him Stone Cold or Steve Austin, he had the bad guy persona already, right? Undertaker was already, nigga was like that already. You know what I'm saying? Shawn Michaels, like I said, I never saw Shawn Michaels trash, even when he first burst on the scene with the Rockers. Okay. Bret Hart, never saw him trash. He was always the excellence of execution. Hulk Hogan was always the American dream. You know what I'm talking about? Like it's things like that. Now, I give him his credit because the Game era was fucking fire. All right. What? If you smell what the Rock is cooking, that nigga right there is my favorite of all time. People, listen to me clearly. All right. As Franz alluded to, there is at no point in time where these two brothers was in the game going head to head, Stone Cold, Steve Austin, Stone Cold against the fucking Rock, the people's champ. You know what I'm saying? The nation of domination, whatever you want to call him, Rocky Maivia. I don't care what you want to call that brother. That shit was legendary. Every fucking encounter, whether it was just give me the microphone, let me talk my shit, or them nigga was fighting on the street, getting thrown off the bridge. We know who went swimming that day. Everybody thought Stone Cold was dead. You know what I'm talking about? Shit, man. Like the shit was just crazy, legendary, iconic moments that you cannot erase from time, man. You can't erase it. And you man, wow, you talk about taking the world by storm, bro. Like it was just cataclysmic. Like it was something different, bro. Like honestly, man, if the presidential election and Raw was on the same night, nigga, Raw had more ratings than that. You know what I'm saying? Like I couldn't wait for Monday. Especially when they end something crazy on a Sunday.
And don't remember Thursday for SmackDown.
Hey,
They
getting to that.
Okay, my bad.
I was getting to him. I was getting to him. You know, I was just staying in the raw pocket. I was just staying in the duality
my
pocket
bad.
real
My
quick.
bad.
You know what I'm talking about? Giving them both their credit. You know what I'm talking about? But yeah, man, I mean, you know, during that time, it was you gotta pick a side, man. Who you with? Felt like Biggie and Pac. Who you with, man? Can't have them both. You know what I'm saying? So me, I went with the jabroni. I went with the people's chant. I went with that eyebrow raising, people elbowing motherfucker. You know what I'm talking about? That's what I rolled with. You know what I'm saying? And I just like, you know what I'm saying? The nigga, they both had like a walk, a strut about them. You know what I'm talking about? Like Stone Cold when he come, like head shaking and shit. Like nigga looking like nigga, who want what? You know what I'm talking about? Who want what, nigga? The Rock looking like ain't none of, he walked down there just, ain't none of you niggas fucking with me. You know what I'm talking about? So it was like they both gave off the same aura of like, I don't no problems with you, bro. You know what I'm talking about? Like they instill fear. More so maybe Stone Cold, because he, you know what I'm saying?
That glass break though hit you.
That glass shatter is something different, bro. Like that's up there with the bell for the Undertaker with the domes. You know what I mean? Like that shit up there, bro. You know what I'm talking about? Them things go head to head because you know exactly who the fuck it is when it comes out. Like, bro, nigga, listen, god dang it. You know what I'm saying? So hey, back then, you know, I appreciated Stone Cold, but I appreciated him more so as a nemesis, as a rival. More so than what he brought to the, you know, to the sport itself. I can't deny that brother's excellence, man. That boy was great. You know what I'm saying? He is an all-time great, and he is deservingly so, you know, carved out and etched on Mount Rushmore. And I think that should be unanimous for anybody who got a list. I think there's two legit people that nobody can argue. You know what I'm saying? Maybe three. I think everybody around Rushmore should include Stone Cold, Shawn Michaels. That's why I said I think, and Hulk Hogan. That's why I say I think, because you didn't put Hulk Hogan there. Yeah. But I just think like at least two of those three should always be in everybody's. You know what I'm saying? If you give me two of those three, your shit legit. I don't want to hear about no Roman Reigns and Kurt Angle and John Cena. No, sir. Then you ain't a student in the game, because I've seen them niggas too, and them niggas ain't this. You know what I'm saying? So
into it like that though. So it's kind of hard to talk about them because we wasn't into it like that back then when they was.
But nah, them niggas ain't.
Because I just see John Cena's trajectory, and it seems like kind of rocky.
They tried.
It seemed kind of rocky, but
they tried, man. They tried to
corny to me. He seemed kind of corny, but I like him more in movies. I thought he was dope as Peacemaker. I like some of his movies that he did, but I didn't. As a wrestler, I just thought he was trying to do too much. I didn't like that. That shit right there. I didn't like that.
So again, this is at the time when the two iconic ones was leaving the game. So who you gonna give it to? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You try to anoint somebody and give them all the opportunity, and then when the fans gravitate towards it, then you allowed it to take off. I think these gentlemen made their place themselves and forced the company to do what they did. So I'm saying, as opposed to the company forced you to become something that you wasn't meant to be. And that's what I say about them two brothers right there. Like they ain't had no choice but to make them. They were mega stars.
Did you
we
watch
get
Young
into.
Rock? You watched that show?
I have not, but I watched some of it, but I ain't really got into it like that.
Watch it because he talks about.
I know it's good.
He talks about how they was trying to get him on, and the work that he put in to make it right there. It's like it makes you respect him even more. The work he put in.
Oh, I respect him without it. I don't even need all that. I don't need the backstory. I'm gonna watch it just because that's my dog, but I don't need the backstory to understand his greatness. You know what I'm talking about? So, people, now without further ado, we get into the nigga that got the name as me. Might not be spelled the same, but it's the same. Dwayne, The Rock. I'm not a Johnson, but I got one. Holla at your boy. So, close enough. This nigga is so great, profound, greatness. I ain't never seen a nigga that could just control the room like this nigga can, bro. Have niggas eating out the palm of his hand. This nigga created so many fucking words, slangs, terminologies. Rudy, pool, candy ass, jabroni, poontang pie. This nigga made songs. This nigga sang songs. This nigga got one of the greatest songs of all time, bro. When the nigga came out back from the WWE for making movies and he was in the middle of the stage playing the guitar. And he said the girl looked ugly. Like, oh my God, no. Like, nigga, this shit was great. You know what I'm talking about? I ain't, you know what I'm saying? This nigga is just iconic of just freestyling off the top of his head. Kind of like I be doing most of the time. So this nigga is a showmanship. His showmanship is, he's a showman. And his showmanship is extraordinary. You know what I mean? When he imitated everybody during that one damn interview, he put talk like Stone Cold, talk like Kane, The Undertaker, the fucking game. You want to play the game with me? Like, dog, this shit was just like, oh, Rikishi. Bro, like, this shit was just great, man. So personality aside, people, because we all know it's that brother in the stage, in the ring, man, center stage. Box office, man. Box fucking office. You talk about the boy was 6'4", moving agile like a fucking cougar in the ring. You know what I'm talking about? Like, there was nothing that I didn't see that this brother couldn't do. Now, he wasn't high flying, but when that nigga got full steam off the rope and then propelled in the air and hit you with that elbow, that nigga got some hops on him. You know what I'm talking about? That nigga got some hops on him. But the charisma, man, of just knowing that you got, no matter what you're doing, all eyes on you. It's how I felt. Even when Stone Cold was in the ring with this nigga, I still felt all eyes was on him. And that's how he thought people saw him. It didn't matter what somebody else was doing. He didn't care about how bright your star shine. I outglow you, nigga. They here for me. I'm the people's champ. I'm the most entertaining nigga in sports. And you know what I'm saying? So the people's elbow. I've never seen a nigga just get up and hit a nigga with a power slam. You know what I'm talking about? The nigga be laying there for like 20 seconds while this nigga go through his whole routine of smelling the air, looking at the crowd, shrugging his shoulders, you know, like LeBron after a foul and one, and kicking your arm in, and then slowly, like, nigga, I could have pinned you 1, 2, 3 by now. You see what I'm saying?
I like all of that except this shit right here. What the fuck was this? I don't understand what that shit was.
I'm telling you, I'm going left to right. And I'm coming back in the middle.
That was the stupidest part. The kick the leg was fine. The kick the arm was fine. To take the armband off was smooth. But then when he started doing this shit, I'm like, he just clowning now. He's just doing stupid shit.
I just know, man. And it really felt like an electric move, bro. Because the way these niggas would jolt and kick their legs. How you were saying, man, like the illusion of this shit hurt more than what it should. You know what I'm talking about? He says it's the most electrifying move in sports and entertainment. So he delivers it, and it's like a jolt of electricity. You know what I'm saying? Like it felt like that, man. Man, I just love what them two gentlemen, The Rock and Stone Cold, brought to the game, to the sport, and where they took it. And like I said, man, he's the only one that got a fucking show named after him. He's that big of a megastar that they had to give that brother his own show on Thursday night and nickname it SmackDown. So niggas could check in at the SmackDown Hotel. You know what I'm saying? Like, people, you don't just get a show named after you if you ain't Mount Rushmore. You see what I'm saying? That nigga was so big, brother, he dominated both show ratings. It was crazy. It was that fucking crazy. I never saw Stone Cold on SmackDown, but I saw The Rock on SmackDown and Raw. You see what I'm saying? That nigga was able to bounce back and forth. So I'm not including movie stardom and all that other shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm just strictly talking in the ring. Now, a lot of people won't put him in or think of him like that because he wasn't really in wrestling that long. You know what I'm saying? He stepped away and then would come back and then would step away and then, you know what I mean? So the longevity of his career is not there. You know, it doesn't match the timeline and you know, the accolades of some others, you know what I'm saying, who have really put in their work, been there for 10 plus years, 15 years, 17 at an all-time accelerated high clip, you know, delivering, you know, memorable matches. So I think unjustifiably, but justifiably so, people could use that against him, but it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? But for me, I can't build a Mount Rushmore without them two for sure. You know what I'm saying? Without them two for sure. I said this should be two for sure, but goddamn this, man, look here. Sorry. Look, man, yeah, man. Y'all gotta have them in there some type of way. You know what I'm saying? Or honorable mention them brothers, but you can't talk wrestling and not have them names mentioned. You know what I'm saying? At all. And yeah. I wanted to give y'all some different names, people. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry that we kind of were part of the same. But
like we said, we don't talk about this shit beforehand. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I can't help it. But just know, 4 of mine all wore pants. Or no, 3 of mine wore pants. That was my first prerequisite, dude. Why these niggas wrestling with each other in draws? I like that shit. But hey, that's why Undertaker is my all time. But anyway,
I got you. That
was good talk, man. This is the first time we talk some wrestling on this podcast. Sure.
Yeah.
That's dope. I mean, shoot. Look, that's why we called it the Man's View Podcast. We could talk about sports, about what's going on in the world. We could talk about wrestling. We could talk about any fucking thing we feel like it. Because we didn't want to box ourselves in to relationship stuff or anything. We could talk about anything that come to mind, anything we feel like talking about. Y'all just kind of getting a view of what the shit we talk about when we chilling. You know what I'm talking about? We on the game or something. We got a couple partners that just be asking dumbass questions all day, and then we get into stuff like this. So it is what it is. Shout out, man. But
yes, sir. Y'all know what time it is, man. Y'all been rocking with us for about an hour and 40 already, so let's get you out. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and comment to this podcast. But we know that whole hour and 40 that you've been here, or however long this is, 1 hour and 39, depending on when we clip it and tip it, you know, and start this meeting or whatever. But it is what it is, y'all. This was a quality podcast. So I appreciate y'all making it to the end. So follow us on Instagram at the MVP_podcast. Make sure you sub and share, man. I'm gonna put all type of little hashtags in this joint. So you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tag The Rock, I'm gonna tag Stone Cold. Whoever name pop up on IG, nigga, you getting tagged. All right. So email us at mansviewpodcast@yahoo.com. Hey, same thing, man. And also, hey, whatever we got that we discuss, if you got your own wrestling list, let us know who you got down in the comment section, man. You know, you could put it on IG, you could put it on Facebook, you could put it on wherever you can find us. All right. Send it to us in an email. Let us know your list, man. I personally would like to know who you view as worthy. Okay. And then follow us on Twitch and Facebook Gaming at MV Podcast Gaming. These niggas is trying to give me a game that I just ain't gonna play and pay. You feel me? So one day maybe we'll all get back together and we'll be on something. But right now, you know, if you see it streaming and you see minus me, just know I ain't paying and I ain't playing.
He's trying to stand on business, y'all, and he missing out on all the fun. He missing out on
keep my fun. 60. You know what I'm talking about? Keep my 60.
I got you. But guys, thank y'all for tuning in. We appreciate it, man. Thank y'all for rocking, especially if y'all here with us this long and listen to us talk about wrestling. We appreciate y'all for real. But until next time, man, we gonna holler at y'all. It's been MVP. Peace out. Good.
Pray for me. Pray for book.